What the f are you doing? Oh. Well, hello, iPad children. Chris Griffin here, apparently. I have set up a very elaborate and well-crafted system of suitcases and/or IKEA corkboards mixed in with a little bit of the finest sound foam in the land. Today, we're going to be doing a little settlement review while I'm making part 2. Stop asking if I'm a furry, and stop calling me Chris Griffin. I do not sound like Chris Griffin, and if you think I do, give me whatever you're smoking, because I need some of that. And you're obviously tripping. Oh, welcome back, iPad children. So glad you could join me today. I'm doing a little impromptu walkthrough through my really big settlement. It's the biggest thing I've built to date in this game, by far. I'm not gonna talk too much about my ridiculous headcanon on that playthrough. Just please watch the first episode to contextualize this a little better. But we're just doing a little walk-in. Yes, that is a functional monorail. We'll get to that in just a second. That's the castle. This is Spectacle Island, obviously. But this is meant to function as like the big imperial capital port city. So, of course, this is the dock. You pull into this, or on the monorail, to actually get to the island, instead of, you know, just traditionally swimming across this ocean. So yeah, I completely removed the wooden dock here and replaced it with metal and concrete, just so it actually looks very, like, imperial. And then, of course, this big staircase here. I very much wanted this to have, like, a kind of a terrace effect, so it's kind of layered. But I kind of had like a little subtle art deco spice to it mixed in, which you'll see in a second, but very much a military thing. This is like a military operation. Very like military Wolfenstein Diesel Punk-esque theme that I'm going for. But yeah, here's like the initial first view of everything. Yes, it's a lot to take in, and we will get to that. We'll start with just the bunker, not to overwhelm everybody. Keep it simple. This is pretty much where all the soldiers sleep, of course. I showed this in detail in episode 1, but we'll take a nice good look at this. I really, really like this garden here. This is one of my favorite parts of the build. Let's take a little aerial look here. Like, it's just so relaxing and nice. I love little courtyards. But yes, continuing with the barracks. This is kind of like the living area where all the soldiers kind of like, you know, relax and not be a soldier and just chill out. Food.
Get the hell out of my face.
Espresso machines and food and whatnot. It's very lived in. Everything's pretty standard and nice and clean, unlike anything else in the Commonwealth. We simply just do it better. And it continues up here. I never really actually had like a proper... This is a lighting glitch. This is actually supposed to be kind of like translucent helixal glass, but you know, this game does not have the best lighting. This is like the breakfast bar where everyone gets food, and there's even like a built-in little bar, which you have a guy creepily standing in the corner. And yes, this piano is actually playable.
I need to assign someone to this.
This is the mod you basically see me splicing over in the intro sequence of the last video, but yes, it is playable, and there's other instruments as well, but I'll get to that in part 2. So nice. And yes, I did do rock work on everything. So nothing's floating, everything is on nice, neat rocks. Great views here. Yes, and all that is rocked in the back too. So it's like a little valley almost. Lots of good views here. That's the point. Nice, pretty cities to be in. Very good. I forgot that has a deck too. Next to the piano. Like this. You can just look out. Oh, so nice. I even put like pipes and stuff underneath of this. Like I detailed absolutely everything. I like when things are just intricate like that. But yeah, that's a little walk through the barracks. Like I said, I did all the rock work. It's nice. Next to the ocean. Very pretty. Like, just take a look at this place in the rain. Like the internal garden looks great. I don't know what he's doing up there. Just like this. This is awesome. The rain just fits this build so good. Especially in the internal bits. Nice rainy port. Doesn't get better than this. We'll keep things nice and clear just for simplicity's sake. Okay, we'll start with the workshop next. Pretty basic. This is actually original to Spectacle Island. I didn't remove this. I kind of just slapped down a lot of utility. This is not, like, too heavily themed. It's basically a workshop. I mean, I did slightly decorate it. But it's nothing too crazy. It's just a workshop, nothing special. This, I originally had it as like a little greenhouse, but as the settlement got big, it wasn't producing enough, so I just replaced it with some facilities. So it just like actually looks like a functional lived-in settlement, like something that's actually like kind of like real and like realistic. And this is the best part of the settlement, in my opinion, or one of the best parts, is these art deco buildings that I built. Oh man. This is like the government building. This is where he gives his speech up there. So I kind of very much built it with the incline of the natural landscape of Spectacle Island. There was a natural huge divot here. Then it, of course, goes back up. That's why the ground floor is down a little bit lower here. And I even put these like windows here just to make it look like there's actually something underneath the ground here. Besides soldiers where they shouldn't be. But, like, yeah, like, it looks like there's something underneath my feet. Like, you can go under here in, like, a raid shelter, and there's, like, a lab or, like, something underneath your feet. I don't know, I just like when everything has a lot of depth and, like, level to it. But besides that, this is, like, a really nice, just, like, chill area. But let's take a look at this nice government building. We must unite, of course. We'll get to that in just a moment. But this is the bureaucracy room. Everyone's favorite room. You can collect taxes and do mail and browse the archives of strange artifacts and or things we've collected in the wasteland to study and document. I originally was gonna have this big vault full of gold, but then the gold mod wasn't really working, so the vault's kind of empty. Just pretend there's a lot of rare resources and gold in here. If you'll excuse me just one moment, can you please shut the fuck up?
Move!
Prepared for launch?
Out of my way.
Okay, that'll buy me like a minute or two of quiet. Apologies. Anyway, this is a vault. It is completely functional. Just pretend there's gold and rare, cool things in here. The vault door is completely functional too. Lovely vault. And it even has this viewing port from the second floor, which is kind of neat. But yeah, very good. Speaking of the second floor, let's take a look. The war room, of course. We meet with all our generals, and we discuss our war plans. As you can see, we've already taken out everybody here, but we're very much expanding the empire eastward and north. I like this table. This is really cool. I like to imagine it displays like a nice map. We've progressed technology a little further after stealing all the Institute tech and reverse engineering it. Getting humanity back up to speed to where it should be so we could rebuild. And the third floor is El Hombre con Bigotes bedroom, where he can paint in peace, finally. But yeah, I was really going with like a art deco diesel punk look. So like everything's very much like almost Steam kind of powered, but like a little more, not modern, but just industrialized. Of course, he's got his teddy bear, and his fridge is full of the finest booze and Nuka-Colas, and I think a perfectly preserved pie. Yes. Great views. This is where he gives a speech. Which, my goodness, wait till you guys see the intro to part 2. Oh my gosh. But yeah, this is a lovely little perch. You can see everything here. Very good. So that's pretty much the government building. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the next buildings over, and
get out of my
we're
way.
Going to start with the market hall.
Hello, sir.
This is where I like to do my trading. This is good for generating caps. You can just sell anything unnecessary and just buy like junk to help build this, because I did actually build this completely legit. Like, I didn't actually spawn anything in. The only thing I used the debug console for was, like, as you can see, like, changing the FOV or the game hour or the free cam. I never actually spawned anything in. Like, believe me or not, but this is completely legit. Like, all this was either bought, traded for, or found in the wasteland. All the scrap to make this. Like, how many hours? Yeah, like, basically 2 days, 18 hours, and 3 minutes. So this is, like, 2.5 straight days of actual gameplay, so. But anyway, this is the market hall. Lots of good stuff for sale.
And that's something.
That produces booze. Yes, I'm using a lot of mods, by the way. Hopefully I will have fixed the MODPACK link by the time this uploads. Me and my team are working on getting that moved over to GitHub. This is the museum. We have funny things on display. All our enemies are on display. Anyone who stands in the way of the Empire ends up as a nice museum display for all to see. Rare stuff. Funny display stuff. Yet to be filled.
Yes?
Old uniforms, Institute, Nuka World stuff. Same thing with up here. Brotherhood of Steel, of course. Got all their nice uniforms, because some of them look pretty good. This building looks great, too. I love the art deco stuff, but yeah, this actually goes out into like a fire escape. It's like actually built kind of like a city, which we'll get to this part actually right now. Which, you know what? Let's just go down the fire escape. This is the back portion, which I'll get to in a second, but this is kind of like the hospital and whatnot. You can go here to cure your radiation poisoning or do surgery or something. This is unused. For the time being. But this is one of my favorite parts of the build. Just like the industrial city look. Like this actually looks like something you'd see in like a city. I would totally build a giant city, but of course, like you can probably tell the FPS tanks a little bit, so I got to downscale the build slightly. But this is like the alleyway. Kind of like the overbuilt, industrial, very diesel punky looking alleyway. Very decorated, a lot of stuff going on, a lot of like diesel, steam, like power going through all these pipes and stuff, all these electronics and machinery working. This is where I moved all the food production after we outgrew the greenhouse. But very pretty, very lush. We have some nice greenery and wildlife coming back slowly after the bombs that we spread to the mainland. Trying to regrow everything. Now that nobody else can get in our way. Nice little monument viewing tower. You can view all the nice views of the ocean and the island and whatnot. It's actually a pretty good view. We can walk up here and take a look. This is a homemaker asset, I am pretty sure. But yeah, look at this view. That is lovely. That is so nice. Ugh, I'm gonna die. Fingers crossed, boys. It worked. That doesn't count as cheating. I am making a video and reloading the save after this. That is not the first time I've fallen off that, by the way. I originally had like a nice bronze statue on top of there, but then I fell off and then forgot to save and lost like 20 minutes of building. And I just never placed it up there again for that exact reason, as you just saw. Which I may or may not include in the video. Anyway, that's the back garden. I think it looks very nice, especially with this. Like, this is just a nice shot. Like, look at that. That is just pretty. And now we'll go to our, like, industrial science district. I kind of, like, built this with, like, almost like a Soviet kind of look to it. I don't know. I think that looks cool as hell. I'm well aware of this clipping. I have very much tried to fix it, and I haven't found a solution besides putting a rug over it. The fireworks do look quite good. They are very much empty at the moment, but I'll splice in a little clip what they look like. But yeah, I very much like this science building. I think it looks quite good. This is where we do all our research, all our scientists are at work.
Keep out of my way.
Lost track of how many blisters I got.
We're researching the alien tech, trying to reverse engineer as much stuff as possible. Progress technology. But yeah, cool building. Yeah, all this is like rock textured. Like here, let's go out to the side. Like all this is like on rocks. It looks kind of like a mountainous beach. But yeah, even this is like a nice bunker here. And yes, that is a saucer. We are currently developing Foo Fighters. 0-point technology and whatnot, but nobody's ready for that conversation quite yet. But yes, this is my new ride. This is what I take to the grocery store. And this is the port, or the tram station, where you enter from. It's also accessible from this here. It's like the little open market between here and the factory. If you don't have that mod installed, if you're using multiple followers, you really should, because people get in your way all the time. This is my beloved train station. And yes, this is absolutely functional. This is 100% functional. We can take a little ride, actually. See? Completely works. It is a fully functional tram system between the castle and Spectacle Island. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I was so happy to see this on the Nexus forums. It's like, no way. Like, the timing of, like, this build with the release of this mod and the fact that it actually lined up with my tower perfectly. It's just amazing. It certainly saves me a lot of right away not having to swim across the ocean to get here. But yeah, look at, we're here at the castle. Oh, so convenient. Me and my entire army, public transit, something we're bringing to the United States for the first time in history. Now that Senor Funnyman has taken over. You are not in uniform.
Get out of my sight.
But yeah, this is the castle. I haven't been here since the Brotherhood of Steel attack, really. It's not too built up. I didn't really actually make this like a designated build. This is like kind of bare bones. It's functional, and not much more than that. But we're doing a settlement review on Spectacle Island, not the castle. We can take a little ride back. This thing is fun. It is very fun. And it's great because I'm using an old version of Fallout 4. This is, I think it works for post-next-gen update, and also pre-next-gen update, because I am playing on pre-next-gen right now. This whole mod pack is meant for pre-next-gen, so keep that in mind if you're gonna look at my mod pack and include some of your mods. But yeah, like, it's absolutely crazy that this mod was added. I am trying to speak. Shut the fuck up. But yeah, this mod is, like, honestly such a good addition. It adds so much depth to this build. Like, it actually looks functional. Like, this is something like a new faction would actually, like, either rebuild or just get blueprints and build. And maybe even, like, connect to, like, Nuka World or throughout the Commonwealth, just build, like, a big rail system. It's cool just to, like, make, like, headcanon lore. I don't know. I like getting immersed in my builds. Immersion's fun. I like when games are intimate like this. Anyway, like, that's just cool. Like, look at that. Even, like, with the overcast in the background, too. Like, that's just cool. It's, like, imposing and ominous and also pretty at the same time. As an imperial capital should be. But yeah, this is, like, the industrial stuff here. Production, research, recycling, power. That's a factory, nothing too much to look at. You can actually get up to the top of the lighthouse. This is also a homemaker asset. A lot of the stuff in this build is homemaker. Hopefully the mod list is working by the time I put this in. But look at this. This is cool. The big bridge. I'm gonna die again. Okay. I didn't catch it in time. I didn't catch it in time. Oh, I could look at this all day, honestly. So nice, finally. Something good was built in the Commonwealth. Progress, my friend. Very good. Want to see how far I can launch this? Let's go.
Get out of my sight.
You know, it's really funny. I live in, like, South Sweden now, and we have this giant, funny bridge that connects Sweden and Denmark. Like Malmö to Copenhagen. It's just kind of cool that, like, coincidentally I did a build like this that involves said giant bridge. So, it's kind of similar, and I think that's really cute. I think that's quite cute.
Move.
Now that we're up here, let's see if I can... You know what? I need to put, like, a diving board on top of here. I really should have put a diving board on there. You know what? I'll put that in part 2. How about that? That'll be a funny bit. Yeah, let's go. Seems my crew has beat me to it. But yes, by far, my favorite build that I've ever done. And by far the biggest. I am absolutely in love with it. I have made several backups of the save, which I may or may put up for, like, public download in case you guys want to explore through it, but no guarantee that the game will be working because I am running an old version. Took a very long time, but well worth it. If you want something nice like this, it's always good to build it kind of organically within your run. Because sure, you can go into, you know, creative and build everything with unlimited resources, and that's fun too. Like, enjoy games, play it how you want, but still, to get something like this, in my opinion, you should build it naturally and have it progress with your playthrough, because then everything is more functional. Like, this is functional, so is the market hall, so is this, and even his bedroom to an extent, and the factory too. Like, everything is here for a reason. It meshes well with each other, and it gives you more time to think, like building with the contour of the landscape. And then you get cool little pieces like this area too. But yeah, I figured I would just show everybody the settlement as seen in part 1 while I'm working on part 2, because it is taking quite a while because I want to stream my progress, but I am waiting on some system upgrades, which I did get some new parts, and I will be installing them promptly. But for now, I figured I'd give you guys a little settlement tour video, because this settlement actually has improved and changed quite a bit since the first part. So, part 2 is coming along absolutely splendid. It's going to be somehow even better than the first part. I am trying to speak. But yeah, stay tuned for that, because that's going to be absolutely insane. And there might even be a part 3, but that might include like a pretty big mod, but that's going to be a lot of fun. And then after that, I'll start probably another playthrough, all of which will probably be streamed. So stick around for that stuff too. Absolutely insane that I got over 140k views on the first video. That is absolutely ridiculous. I never thought I would see the day, to be honest. I almost don't know how to kind of like react. Because like I'm in just in disbelief. It's gonna take like some time for the weight of what has been gifted to me to sink in. I now have like this incredible opportunity to make dorky videos for at least a side gig, hopefully a full-time gig in the future. I just can't be bothered with real-world stuff. I don't know. But yeah, it means the absolute world that people sit down and watch my silly stuff. This is so cool. I have fun with it. I hope it's cool to look at. Hope you guys get some good laughs. That's why I do it. Always nice talking to you guys in the comments. Please talk a lot in the comments. I try to answer as many as possible, so...
Okay, goodbye.